This is William Robson, Awesome Wizard World for ViralHair.com, talking to Mr. Henry Melton, and we'll get some information about his books, inspiration, and where he's going with this stuff. First of all, Mr. Melton, tell us about yourself and how you started writing and where all this came from.
Well, I've been writing forever. You know, started out writing cute little things in school instead of doing my homework. But I just, back in the 70s, I sent one of my cute little things off to Forey Ackerman. He was doing a paperback series called Perry Roden. And he had in the back of the book a little place for short stories. So that was my first professional sale, and after that, kept on going. Started sending a lot of stories to a lot of different magazines, Analog, and a lot of different paperback anthologies. That's where a lot of my stuff went. Gradually, the stories got longer, and then back in 2007, I decided I needed to put out a book in paper, a novel, so that my parents could hold one of my books in their hand. And that worked. And somebody called me up and said, "Hey, can we enter this into a contest?" And I said, "Sure." So I entered the contest, and I won the Darrell Award for Emperor Dad, which gave me a big boost because, hey, somebody else actually likes these things. And so I kept on going.
What is your primary audience with these books? Is adults, young adults? What do you know?
I have two big divisions here. One of which is a group of about a dozen books that are high school-age protagonists in the current day meeting up with something. Teleportation, aliens, time travel, lots of different things. And these are my young adult adventure novels. On the other side of the table, I have a big set of stories that I've been writing on since the 70s. Started out with short stories that together are called the Project Saga, based on the Great Terraforming Project. And there's currently 8 books out, probably 9 books out before the month's out in that group. And it covers some interesting things about why psychic stuff happens the way it does. It also talks about a lot of interesting technology that could happen someday in the future.
Now, when you ground some of your stories in real-life locations, what inspires that to kind of take the geography for a story?
I love to travel, and I've been to all the states, most of Canada, quite a few other countries as well, Africa and Europe. But as I travel, I see interesting little locations, like Oquawka, Illinois on the Mississippi River. I was camping out by the Mississippi River, drove a few miles down to the little town of Oquawka, and there in the city park was a sign that said Elephant Graveyard. I said, yeah, I have to write a story in this location. So I did, and it became my most popular time travel story, Golden Girl.
Cool. When you write, do you see technology as a crux or focal point for yourself, or the people in the story as the most important part?
Oh, it has to be about the people. But I like to have the technology worked out well enough so I can believe it when I'm writing it. If I have to fudge something, it just doesn't work right. So I don't know how time travel works, but I have written many different time travel stories, And they're not consistent between each other, but each was consistent with its own set of rules.
Right. Okay. And last question. Since you've done a few comic conventions now, is there anything that you do now that you didn't do before that kind of makes it easier to do these things?
More books helps. It's really a struggle when you start out and you only have one book.
Right.
But it's a matter of growing your audience. I've been doing this for years now, and I have my little email sign-up sheet, and so I grow my email list that way. And I have people that come back next year and buy more books in the series or buy another book because they finished the first one. And the word of mouth helps. It's just keep doing it until it works.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Mr. Melton, and hope that the rest of your show goes well. Thank you.
Yeah.